Welcome to the Anger Management Podcast.
Hello.
It's episode 4.
A New Hope.
That I have already titled A New Hope.
You couldn't resist. You wanted to do that last week.
How could any Star Wars fan resist that?
I know. I had to slip it in on my Facebook, though. I was like, episode 4. It's better than best episode 4 since New Hope.
Definitely. So we're here at Anger Management Studios for the Anger Management Studio podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
And our special guest this evening, Mr. Luke Gordon.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us, Luke.
You are most welcome.
Luke is my bass player. He's not. I don't own him. He's not property. We're not getting into slavery yet, guys. It's too early for that.
Oh God.
Luke is my bass player. In my band, Round in Circles. Quick plug.
Plug. I like it.
Plug. Yeah. And Luke is a fantastic musician, local guy. You can't tell, those of you listening, obviously, even those of you on YouTube, but he's also a giant.
We've had to put a wide lens camera on. He's actually 7'5", and he looks smaller on YouTube.
He's actually not far off 7'5".
It's all right.
He's the tallest bass player since Chris Novoselic from Nirvana, definitely. And when me and him stand on stage, it's like a comedy duo, because I'm 5 foot and a fag end, and Luke's like a giant beanpole, and we look ridiculous, but we rock, and that's all that matters.
That's the most important. I think there's a slight over-exaggeration on both of them.
What are you on about? When have I ever over-exaggerated? Come on.
I would say at most adequate musician.
Yeah. He knows the fundamentals.
Decent is as far as I'd go.
He knows the basics.
I'm 6'5". Is that giant?
It's pretty giant round here, mate. Yeah,
okay,
it is round here. It's your biggest lad in the village. He's the only giant in the village. But anyway, I first met Luke in his old band when he was a teenager, probably only 15,
yeah.
And
Wow.
his band came to record here at Anger Management. What was the band called?
Hollow
Victory, that's it. And it was a great session. And you were in a band with Jim.
Yep.
Who you're also still in a side project with at the moment. We actually played one of Jim's and Luke's songs last week, Death of Me, the band's called. We're going to play another one tonight. You were also in a band based up in, was it Manchester, Luke, recently?
Up until a couple of years ago, I think, something like that. That was a band called No Sunlight. We were based up in Stockport. Used to be a Tuesday night trip from Hanley after work.
Lovely
all the way
Stockport.
from Hanley up to Stockport down the M6.
See the sights of outer Manchester. Lovely.
Yeah.
But as soon as I met Luke all those years ago, it became apparent pretty quickly that he was quite a talented guy. We stayed friends after that. I'm a little bit older than Luke, obviously, but we stayed friends through music. Luke ended up working at the music shop where I used to work, which I'd spent most of my time at still, even though I didn't work there. I used to just go there and annoy everybody. I was like David Brent going back to the office all the time. It was embarrassing, not for me, for everyone else. But we stayed in touch, and then when my band was looking for a new bass player, maybe, I suppose it'd be about 5-6 years ago now, wouldn't it?
It's probably more than that, It probably is. Like, you think
it's
about
a good while ago, anyway.
Yeah.
And the first person that I thought of was Luke. He wasn't in a band at that point, and I thought, I know who can play. I know who can play bass. Who's competent? I know who's competent on bass.
He's an adequate bass player.
So I made the call, and Luke's been an integral part of Round in Circles ever since. I mean, there's only three of us.
Three of us, yeah.
Yeah,
fair, but
I've noticed.
But
I've seen the music video.
oh, thanks, Liam. Did you enjoy it?
I did actually, yeah. Acting was
Spot on.
sublime.
Thanks, mate.
Sublime.
We're men of many talents, mate. Many talents.
Especially when you bang on the table and he does that over dramatic. Ooh.
Yeah, and I shit myself. Luke's pretending he's the manager.
Yeah.
But we actually recorded that video ourselves. Obviously, wrote the music ourselves. It was good fun. We did it at a shop called Rattle and Drum that I used to work for. Shout out to Martin and Kev if they ever listen to the podcast from Rattle and Drum. And we had great fun, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a great time.
We did. So we've had some adventures in recent times, being in our band and being in bands in general. Obviously, we haven't been able to play for
over a year.
Long
I
time.
mean, it was Halloween, and then we took a few months off because we started to record our latest album.
Yeah.
So we played Halloween 2019, and that was going to be our last show then till the next summer, because we were recording an album.
Right, okay.
And then, of course, this virus turned up, and the world stopped.
The world just ended.
The world just completely, particularly for entertainment, the
Yeah.
world literally ended for the
Pretty much,
entertainment industry, which it still is.
Yeah.
There's still nowhere to play, nowhere to go, and it's horrific. So we haven't actually been able to play, and the other problem we've had is the third wheel of round in circles is Gaz Ryder, who's a copper. So of course we haven't been able to practice. We haven't been able to get together at all.
Is he busy nicking people for not wearing masks and stuff like that?
He's a new copper, isn't he, guys? He's a new copper. It's been tough for him. He's been a PCSO for a few years, hasn't he, guys?
Nice.
But he's become a proper PC now. But he's had a tough time of it. But I think he's doing a little bit better now. It's not a job I'd be wanting to do at the moment. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
So credit to him. But it's been.
Oh, Steve-O's wrecking studio.
Just for those listening, I'm smashing the studio up again.
For anyone watching on YouTube, it's not that dramatic, trust me. He's just dropped his coaster, that's all it is.
Yeah, just a coaster on the floor. But it has been hard. It's been very tough for musicians generally over the last 13 months. So
yeah, of course.
For us, we just can't wait to get back practicing again. We're actually allowed to practice now, but we're in the process of moving studios, moving to a new premises, as you know. So we're waiting until that is done and ready, and then we can start to rehearse again. Whether there ends up being anywhere left to play, I mean, we are actually not welcome at certain places in the city, thanks to me.
Oh, I wonder why.
Certain venue,
well,
anyway.
yeah, a certain venue that'll stay unnamed. But yeah, a couple of summers ago. It wasn't my fault, Luke.
Well,
it wasn't my fault.
This is
are we going down
interesting.
this story now?
Go on.
We start?
We'll do
You've
it now.
started now.
Fine, we'll do it now. We played a gig at this place, a local place.
Just say what it is.
No.
Okay.
You
Can't say what it is.
You have to be not too naughty.
We don't want to get cancelled
Right.
straight away.
Cancel culture. So we played a gig at this place, and we were the main support band, if I remember rightly. Now you got to remember, we've been doing this for a long time, right? I've been doing this since I was 13.
Since in nappies, weren't you?
So I'm 40 now, right? My first gig was actually when I was 7.
Wow.
Right? But I've been playing in bands since I was 13, 14 years old. So I know the drill. I know how it works. And you have to give a little bit of leeway with up-and-coming bands and new bands and kids, you know. They don't usually know the etiquette and protocol of live gigs.
Oh,
right?
it's very posh.
So anyway, we turn up, we get sound checked, everybody's settled in, sound checking. The opening band come on, again, can't even remember the name, not going to even mention it because I'm still fuming about it 2 years later.
Oh, God.
So there's 4 bands on. We're on third. On third. They have like a curfew at, is it 10 or half 10 at this particular place?
Yeah, the kick-out's like half past 10 or whatever.
And they're strict to it, like for, I guess, noise laws.
Noise pollution.
Whatever. Anyway, even though they have a club until 6 in the morning.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, I've spoilt it.
Oh.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, so this... First band on, I think they were supposed to be on about.
They were supposed to have 20 minutes, weren't they?
They were supposed to be like, because there's 4 bands, they got to try and squeeze everybody in. I think
with your changes.
And the headline band had to be on, I think, at a certain time because they wanted to play, I think, an hour.
I need you to remember, Liam, right? I need you to remember here that my job for a long, long time was a stage manager at massive, massive gigs and festivals where I'm telling people like Limp Bizkit that they've got one song left and need to get off the stage because Paul McCartney's coming on, right?
Yeah.
You need to get off or I'm turning you off, right? And this situation is at a little local gig where I'm actually playing with 3 other unknown bands, right? So you've got to keep that in mind.
I'm with you.
So the first 2 bands are quite young bands, but they've got a lot of people that have come to watch them.
Yeah.
They sold a lot of tickets, and naturally you get quite excitable for it. So the first band that was supposed to be on was, I think, they were due on at, say, like, doors were at 7:30, they were due on at, like, 7:45. So it was like, they literally had 15 minutes before they had to start. 8 o'clock, 8:05, they still hadn't like appeared yet.
Yeah, by this time, I'm starting to fume.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
like,
imagine.
lads, the second band should be on now, and you're still on the stage.
Did the cut their set short? No. So
The promoter, it disappeared.
No.
Disappeared, mate. I'm looking everywhere for him. Can't find him.
Where did it go?
I don't know. For a shit, probably. I have a clue.
What, for 2 months?
Went knock one out in the women's toilets. I haven't got a clue, mate. But I couldn't find him.
Yeah,
I looked everywhere.
So this first band had played, and they were by this time we're already a good 20 minutes behind.
They probably played about 45 minutes instead of 20 minutes.
Yeah, so they overran anyway. I'm not sure it's quite that much, but anyway, by the time that they'd finished, we're already way off course.
That's ridiculous.
So, and then second band comes on.
Yeah.
Again, they're also late coming on. Exactly the same thing.
Oh my
Not only are they
God.
late going on, they also take forever to do the set. The set lasts for forever.
So again, we're still in the same situation, but we're even further behind at this point. Promoter's still nowhere to be seen, right?
Yep.
So I go to the sound engineer and I say, right, because we're a 3-piece, just guitar, bass, and drums, we can get on the stage in 30 seconds and start playing.
Yeah.
So we finally get that band off the stage.
Oh, by the way, we took their stuff off the stage
we took their stuff off.
Whilst they were faffing. I won't tell you. If I tell you what they did, it'll probably give away what the band was called and all that. So I'll probably
do we dare risk it?
It's actually, I'm actually pretty good friends with the second band now. I skate with the guy out the second band. I skate up at Hanley with him, and they're actually dead cool. There's only 2 of them left now.
Yeah.
But they're actually not. They're nice guys. They just got taken away in the moment a little bit. It was a good gig for them, and. So we get on, don't we, Luke? We're like 30 seconds turnaround. We'll like, throw
all our stuff on, right? Tune up, like we're in, like dead quick turnaround, one two, like we're not messing around.
And just signal to the sound engineer, turn the lights off, we're ready, and bang, we get into it. We're a pop punk band, so we just start thrashing away as you do. Anyway.
Oh God.
Have we played 3 songs,
Probably
full songs?
I think played four songs. Yeah,
I think it was 3. I think we played 3 full songs in a set. We remember we're the main support band, so we've got a 45-minute set. Right. Played 3 songs.
Yeah, and I see the promoter walking towards the front of the stage.
The promoter's turned up from somewhere.
Yeah, and he's walking slowly.
After he's had a wank.
Yeah, and he's walking towards... Andy.
I'm on stage. I even know what song we just started because I think we're going to play it later. And I saw him coming.
Don't tell me.
I started the song. I was doing the riff, and the drums are going, the bass is going, and I'm doing the riff at the start of the song. And
you're not going to tell me what I think you're going to tell me.
He comes right to the front, and he goes like this. He waves it, and I'm playing. I'm playing the song.
What the fuck
and I put my head down, and he shouts in my ear, and he says, "Yeah, we're massively behind schedule. You're going to have to come off."
You can
I went, we're going to have got like, even at the end of that song would have been bad enough. And he went, yeah, you need to come off now. And I says, I'm in the middle, I'm playing the intro to a fucking song, you fat prick. Right? And he was like, no, you got to come off then, mate. The red mist descended, didn't it, Luke? A little bit.
Me.
All I heard, because they're kind of monitors, like we can actually hear back. Not particularly, because I couldn't really hear. All I heard was just, fucking pricks. That's all I heard. And then just him turn his out and storm off. And me and
threw my guitar on the floor.
Yeah, you threw your guitar on the floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, me and Gaz are just looking at you. We're still here.
You're still rocking the intro to this song.
We're just looking. I'm like,
And
what do I do here?
I'd left stage right to try and find someone out the first band. That's all I could think of was I'm going to fill everybody in. And I'm not, Luke will tell you, I'm not a fighter. I'm not hard at all.
No.
But when my head goes, I just can't. So I went trudging round the sugar mill. Turns out this first band had left. They'd gone home, which is another faux pas, which you don't do on an unsigned gig. You stay to watch the other bands. That's the unwritten rule. And they'd gone. Couldn't find any of them. So I walked outside. And I found the singer out the second band. I wasn't even mad at him.
Yeah.
So I give him a round of fucks by the fucking wheelie bin outside. And he's bigger than you. He's massive. He's only like 17 or something. I'm looking up at him like he's in the clouds. So I lost my rag with me. I was like this close to twatting him. And by this time, you and Gaz had come off stage, and these pair come outside and grabbed hold of me. Calm down, calm down, calm down. It's not his fault, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I was like, I know it's not his fault. I know it's not. Where's the fucking promoter? And I fucking turned around and he come out the fucking doors, and that was it. I was off again then, mate.
Oh,
I was off
God.
again. What the fucking hell are you fucking doing? You fucking moron. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never seen bullshit like this.
So,
I fucking absolutely lost it.
A little bit more context as well. You had turned down, if I remember right, you were going to play a solo gig that night.
I turned down 400 quid engagement party or something. It was
ridiculous. So you could
to
have
play
played
that gig.
Your own show, like your own. So could you do your own solo stuff?
Yeah, I was doing an acoustic covers show. That's
Oh
what
my
I've been offered.
God.
I think it was
So
an
you've been
engagement party.
So you've been offered that, and he said, "I can't because I'm playing with my band that night."
I'm playing at the Sugar Mill.
Yeah, I'm playing. Oh, you've said it. Oh,
That's twice. He said it earlier, but I didn't want to say it.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Oh, you said it.
Well, there it is. We're bored anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Do you reckon they even even know who we are?
Probably not.
If they said, "Oh, what do you think of Round Circles?" They're probably like, "Who?"
Them bunch of twats.
Who were they?
Who? Never heard of them.
Them idiots with that little singer who caused an absolute ruckus. Yeah. Don't invite them. Don't ask them.
Aren't they them guys that are on the best podcast around right now?
That's it. That's the one, mate.
Boom.
You know it.
Stick foot in.
So anyway, by this point, I'm just raging, absolutely raging. All my stuff's still on the stage, right?
Oh, God.
Fucking mate, I'd lost me. And the worst thing about it, I'd have felt better if I'd have able to grab hold of one of them, right, out of that first band, but they'd all gone, right? So anyway, I'm strutting round the venue, just fucking fuming, proper pissed off. He ends up offering us a big fucking load of money.
Yeah, he
basically,
did,
we got paid like 230 quid or something.
What, the promoted it?
Yeah. Because I was like on the brink of twatting people and causing an absolute scene. And he was like, "Listen, I'll give you this extra money. I'll give you this extra." And I was like, "It's not about." I can't even remember his name. I said, "It's not about that." I said, "We've been doing this a long time. If you'd have come to it, we knew the gig was behind schedule, right?" I said, "If you'd have got this," when I calmed down a bit, I went upstairs into the office, sat with him for a bit, and I says, "You knew full well that this was FUBAR after the first 15 minutes, right? Because the first band wouldn't get off the stage." I said, "And you disappeared."
Yeah.
So you disappeared. I'm looking everywhere for you. I couldn't find you, right? Even after all that, even after the second band, if you'd have come to me and said, "Listen, Steve-O, we're fucked here, right? I need you to get on the stage, get off." I said, "You wouldn't even have had to suggest it. I would have suggested it to you." I said, "We'll cut a set and a half. We'll just do 20 minutes. And you stick us on another bill sometimes and make it up to us that way." I said, "That's all you would have had to do." I said, "Instead, you fucking disappeared. You were nowhere to be seen. And you've let me," and if you remember, there was 2 young lads doing the sound and the lighting as well. I said, "You've left your lighting engineer and your sound tech, 2 young lads, to deal with all this shit." I said, "And this is the situation you're in now, where I've tried to twat a load of people. Everyone's gone. The poor last band, the headline band, because there's been such a commotion, everyone had gone. All our supporters had gone. All the first 2 band supporters had gone. And the poor headlining band, who'd come from Nottingham or somewhere, I can't remember.
I think they are Stoke band.
Well, they're Stoke band.
I think they are.
I can't remember, but they literally played in front of 5 people then. Like, it was like me and Luke and a couple of our mates. And they played a set for 20 minutes instead of an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
And
sounds like a great place though for upcoming bands.
It used to be fantastic. So anyway, the way I left it when I'd calmed down is I said to him, "Listen," I said, it's not about money. It's not about anything apart from the fact that you've mugged us off. You've mugged us off big fucking time. I said, don't even blame the young bands. I don't. They're carried away in the moment. It's the first time playing probably the biggest venue in the city. I understand it, right? But it's your job. You're the promoter, right? There isn't a stage manager, so it's your job to get these people off the stage at the right time. I said, if they run over a couple of minutes, not going to kill anyone, right? I said, but they're playing 20, 25 minutes over the set time. I said, that's insane. So he says, "Right, well, what we'll do, next time we've got a pro band in, we've got a big band in, sell out," he says, "we'll put you on as support." Never heard from him again.
Oh, shock.
Never heard from him again, mate.
We even messaged him.
Yeah,
Can we come and play with these guys? No.
Yeah, nothing. Not even a response.
No, that was better than Jeremy Kyle, that rant then. I loved it.
Honestly, mate. Honestly, I was so pissed off with that one. That was a summer of strange gigs. That were the gigs we played were either mint or dreadful. You remember the one in Nottingham?
That was our first gig.
First gig back
after
a
forever.
couple of years, and I was getting dripped on. There was an hole in the roof. I was getting dripped on while I was trying to play. That was grim. That
was
place.
grim. So...
And they closed it down the week after we played.
Oh my God.
That's serious.
Oh my.
Yeah. So the reason why because I was playing in Nottingham, I was working in Nottingham at the time. And some of the lads there were like, "Oh, see if you can get on this venue here. This venue's pretty good." I'm like, "Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a bit small. It's a bit
smells
raw.
a bit funny, but
yeah, it's a bit small. But
It's a bit musky.
If you bring a few people down or whatever, if you get the other bands, they bring a few
And it was
people
the first gig back, wasn't it? We haven't played for ages.
Like, if everyone brings, I don't know, 10, 15 people each, it'll still be like, good gig. Nobody bought anybody.
Except us.
God.
We'd come all the way from Stoke and bought like 6 people or something with us, and the other, it was like 8 other bands on, and they'd bought nobody. All Nottingham bands, and they'd bought nobody at all.
That was another Steve-O rant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
I was pretty pissed off about that one as well. But we did play some absolutely fantastic shows, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We played the Halloween gig with the guys from Fat Lip.
Yeah.
So some friends of ours who were in a pop punk
Covers
band, and they're great guys, proper fun blokes, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we did that on Halloween fancy dress. So we dressed as Blink 182 from the First Date video, with the handlebar tash and everything. Boomer, that's it. Yeah. Boomer.
Spalding.
So Spalding and Boomer, yeah. So we had a good laugh in that one. We played a couple of good festivals. We played Cheadle Festival, and that was good. And we always play up at Ipston's for a friend of mine, John Barks, who we're going to feature on the show at some point. John plays in a band called Live Wires as well. Shout out to those guys who are fantastic musicians. So we did play some really. We played a couple of underground gigs, which were really good. Shout out to the underground. I love playing there. Shout out to Dave Buck if he's listening. I'm going to try and get Dave on the show at some point. As a promoter down at the underground, and so we did play some nice shows that year.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I played great mill gigs.
Yeah, I have myself.
We played it with
years ago.
Yeah, with the No Sunlight. So I played that once with No Sunlight, and it was one of the best gigs that because we weren't from Stoke, we were kind of the out of town band, so we didn't really have the pressure. One of the things I fucking hate about originals gigs is you have to sell tickets to all your friends.
It kills me.
It's a fucking ball ache.
Kills me. It's not so bad when you're 17, but when you're 40, your mates are like, I'd love to come, mate, but I've got 12 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've got tea in right now.
Missus has got tea ready. I've got 12 kids. So
I'm having a lasagna.
I've got to be at work half an hour ago. So
Spinning it slow cooker all day.
It's not like when you're 17, you're like,
Or you're working at O2.
Should be at work at Towers now.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to play a gig instead.
Yeah,
Speaking of Towers.
Hello.
How's work, LG?
Yeah, pretty good.
Luke's works at the great institution of Alton Towers. You know how last week I said to Chris, everyone's worked at Towers.
Basically, yeah.
Luke still does. Luke's still there, still
Wow.
rocking it. It's not the worst place to work at all. The funniest thing about it is his immediate boss.
No.
Is he not your immediate boss?
No, he's not. Don't say what I think you're going to say.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything bad at all, right? But one of my very oldest and best friends, a lad called Neil, Bart, his name is.
Right.
Bart is basically Luke's immediate boss, or one of Luke's immediate bosses. He's very high up at Alton Towers.
He sits on the SLT. He's not. Yeah.
He's high up. He's one of them. He's one of them. But I just remember him being 17. I'm not going to say anything. Don't want Luke to get in trouble.
Is he a middle manager?
He's a high manager.
Right,
he's up there. But he used to be, let's just say you would never have thought in a million years that he would become any kind of management at all.
Oh, dear.
He was proper one of the boys. Every time Luke talks about him, I'm like, that's not how he was when he was 17.
No, he's changed.
Great guy, though. Absolutely great guy.
Bless him.
But, so we do have some stories about music and gigs and all the rest of it. And I'm sure we'll come back to it later in the podcast. But I wanted to start the music session with one of our own songs this week.
sounds good.
I've asked Luke to pick his favourites that we do, so he's decided to choose for the opening song the one that we did the video to that you've seen. It's a song called Brand New Day.
Great song.
I actually wrote this when I had a really, really bad cold and I was really pissed off. And for some reason, I just got this little spark and I was like, yeah, brand new day, uplifting. You know, I wanted something to get me going a little bit through this horrible cold that I had. So we ended up, that was the first song we did on our EP, wasn't it?
It was.
From 2019. So you can check it out on YouTube. It is actually on the Anger Management YouTube channel.
Yes,
so you can watch.
Probably down below, just down below from this video.
That's it. Yeah, it's still hanging around somewhere by the podcast.
You
videos.
can find Steve-O skating through the scary tunnel, and if you scroll a bit further, you'll find the music video for this song.
So check it out, guys. Feel free to give us a like or a subscribe or a follow or a comment or whatever it is that tickles your fancy. This song's called Brand New Day, and it's by us, Round in Circles. Me, Luke, and Gaz, not Liam. Hey, please run to me. Don't hide away. Don't play those games that make me fall apart. Don't ever change. It's the start of a brand new day. That was Round in Circles Brand New Day.
Good song.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for letting me know that I'm not part of the team.
Well,
I appreciate
you're
that.
part in spirit.
Cheers. Even though that was filmed long before this podcast started.
Even though you weren't in the band or had anything to do with the video or even had anything to do with Steve-O at that point.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
There in spirit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take that.
He always knew this eventuality would come. That's what it is.
I know.
But yeah, that was us, Round in Circles, Brand New Day. Like we said before, you can check it out on the Anger Management YouTube channel.
Yes.
Obviously, it's on Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of it, the EP. We have
blurb.
actually got a new album coming out, which we finished recording this time last year. It's been completed since then, but we've decided to not release it until we can actually go out and tour and play. So
That's a good idea.
it's in the pipeline. I can't tell you when it's coming out because we just don't know. But it's ready. We are going to play the odd song on this podcast from the new album exclusively.
Ooh. World exclusive.
World exclusives. Yeah.
I like it.
So, Liam.
Yes. Good evening.
Topics. This was one of yours that you wanted to discuss this week, and I thought it was quite humorous. Over-enthusiastic people.
Oh, just fucking over-enthusiastic people. I hate it. I just hate it. Like,
I mean, I've got to be honest, I can get over-enthusiastic about things. Farts, for example.
Oh, fucking hell, let's not go there. Let's not go there. That debate was settled, Andy. Let's never speak of it again.
Attractive women. I can get very enthusiastic over attractive women, like my wife. Just putting it in there.
It's just people that try too hard to be your friend. And like people that you've met.
I don't try at all to be your friend.
Well,
Liam.
it just happened, mate. It
Yeah,
just happened.
just
It just
natural.
happened. Yeah, it just happened.
But no, I know exactly. I know exactly the kind of person you mean, and you sort of feel guilty for not liking them, don't you? You're that kind of person.
Or like it's a friend of a friend, and then as soon as your main friend leaves and you're with this other person, it's just silence.
Yeah. Well, I know what you
Do
mean.
you like dinosaurs? I'm 37, Liam. Can you fuck off?
I suppose for me that extends to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being introverted. There's nothing wrong with being
Oh, no, of
shy.
course not, no.
But I always think everybody should be able to like hold a bit of a conversation. I went out with a girl once when I was a teenager, and her name was Lisa. And if you listen to this, if this is Lisa Alcock listening to this, I'm not on about you, Lisa.
God.
This is my first proper girlfriend, Lisa. I'm not on about you, Lisa. I'm on about another Lisa who I've never seen in 25 years, right?
Shout out, Lisa.
And the guy, shout out, Lisa. But this other Lisa, all my mates christened her Lisa Boring, right?
Ah.
I went on about 4 dates with her. I saw her for about a month. That was it, right? And by the third date, me, run out of things to say.
Oh, no.
I got nothing left to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She hadn't said 3 words to me in 6 hours in a company. Not 3 words. I'd say to her, in college? Yeah.
Oh, one-word answers.
You had a good day?
Oh, don't
Yeah.
get me fucking started.
What have you done?
No.
Nothing. Right. Take your pants off.
Get up them stairs.
No, seriously, that's what she was like.
Wow.
I didn't last very long, and I need people who can hold a conversation.
Oh, you're on about conversation. I thought you were on about something else.
Yeah.
Stick it
Personal
in.
problems again, mate.
I know, sorry, mate.
But no, I really like somebody who can hold a conversation, but those people who are too eager to please, I can't
No,
deal with
it's like me and you, because obviously we work in radio. We just chat shit all week.
Constantly.
We chat shit on the podcast. We chat shit on my radio show on a Wednesday, and we chat shit on the sports show on a Saturday.
And the group chat.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But no, the main one for me for over-enthusiastic people is people that use the word bro all the time or mate. And it's like, oh, bro, you all right, bro? And I'm like, you don't even fucking know me.
Man.
Man.
He uses man all the time.
I know.
We've got another friend called Glyn. Glyn's a former member of Round in Circles. A great guy, brilliant musician.
Going to be
Glyn,
the best man at my wedding.
he's your best man, isn't he?
Oh, nice.
Someone
We won't.
likes him enough.
Yeah.
If it ever happens, if he's allowed to get married this year.
I bet he's
finally.
listening to this.
Glyn, he probably is. Glyn's a great guy, but Glyn uses dude, don't he?
Oh,
all the time. Glyn's a dude.
Dude, mate, man, bro.
So he also goes to America quite a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
So it's I love you, Glenn, but it's worse when he comes back from America.
yeah.
I love that already. I love you, Glenn, but
And the other one that we've called him out on as well. I was just shitting on him. Sorry,
Just
mate.
go for it. Just go for it. Luke. Just
He'll
go
be
for it.
alright.
It'll be all right.
He'll be on as a guest one day.
The upward inflection.
When he does the
sentence.
The question asker.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've called him on there a few times. Haven't we?
Yeah, you just can't help but do it all the time. With every single sentence that he ever seems
What
to
do
say.
you mean?
It's like, GV, stop it. You're from Kids Grove, you.
Fucking act like it.
Yeah, you're not from Orange County. Get a grip. But no, I think me and Luke mentioned when we were at cricket the other day that the over-enthusiastic thing really becomes apparent when you're in the entertainment industry a lot. And we've seen it so many times, haven't we? Over-enthusiastic dads particularly.
Oh, yeah.
who are convinced that their kid is Prince or Michael Jackson or James Hetfield or whoever it may be. They're absolutely convinced by it, and you sit there and you go, God, this is dreadful. This is absolutely dreadful. And they talk to you like that their kid's the greatest musician in the world as well.
What do you mean you don't know Andrew Stevenson?
But of course, the problem I have, Liam, is I don't really have a filter.
No, you.
So
You don't have a filter.
They'll, particularly a few years ago, I'm not so bad. I've learned a little bit of patience now, but years ago, I'd just be like, you'd have a guy telling you about his son, going, just listen to this guitar solo. Oh, it's just amazing.
And it's 4 chords.
Absolutely. And I'd just go, that's shit, that is, mate.
So,
it's rubbish.
There's 2 bands I can think of in particular. But
I know one you're going to say. I know one you're going to say.
So I don't know if we could say the name of the band. They're not together anymore, so...
Just go for it. Just go for it.
My final hope.
Yeah, that's the one I knew you were going to say.
So the guy spoke to you. So...
Again, you've got to be straight about it. They were nice enough guys. They were sound enough dudes.
Well, you don't need to kiss Rosh. You've already fucking ripped him.
They were nice. They were nice enough lads.
Yeah, there's nothing personal against you guys at all.
It's
But
not.
You were shit.
Basically, a bit of a snort there.
I know.
But it was one of the dads. I think one of them. One of them was from Money, weren't he?
Yeah,
I think.
So one of the, I think it was a singer or guitarist, had a rich dad.
And he basically paid for him to go and record in Abbey Road.
Oh, wow.
Abbey Road Studios. So this was like the mid 2000s. And Luke saying he was shit is being kind. Right?
Oh.
We're just...
Like, really shit.
Out of time. And, if they'd have been passable, you'd have been like, yeah, mint, Abbey Road, that's his. But it was the most frightening waste of money I've ever seen. It's like $2,000 an hour being there. And I was like, what is going
Luke's
on?
gone.
Can you remember? Did you listen to the record?
I did.
Yeah, I did
Did
as
you
well.
watch the YouTube video?
No, I never
The
saw
studio
the...
diary.
No, really.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys.
Again, we're ripping on them, and they were nice dudes. Honestly, they were. But it was so it was me that spoke to whichever one of them it was. I spoke to the dad at the Sugar Mill. At the Sugar Mill. I think we might have been. My old band might have been on the gig. I think.
Yeah.
Saving Grace, my old band. I think we were on the same gig, and while they were playing, I had this running commentary from one of the dads from the side of the stage telling me how awesome they were.
Oh my God.
Like it was like a football commentary. And he was telling me how mint, and I'm going, the drummer's out of time. Drummer's completely out of time now, mate. And he'd go, yeah, but listen to this bass riff. I'd be like, bass is out of time.
Yeah.
It's all out of time.
Oh my God.
It's completely out of time. And but lead vocal, listen to the pipes on the Lord, listen to this. It's like Michael Jackson. I'd be like, no, it's not, mate.
Listen to Karen 5 rows back shouting.
It's just dreadful.
So, he told you, didn't he? The greatest statement ever that in his opinion, this.
Oh God, he's got to compose himself.
Composure, LG.
Oh God, it's got to be a good one.
The best thing that's ever been recorded at Abbey Road.
Best thing ever been recorded at Abbey Road.
Ever.
I was like, yeah, probably Abbey Road might have been the best thing ever recorded at Abbey Road. Maybe.
Oh
just putting it out there. But no, My Final Hope was the best
What's
thing.
the best thing that's ever been recorded?
Oh,
There was another band where there was a couple of the dads who were way too into it, and these were actually half decent band. They were okay. I won't mention the names because I'm not sure what where they are or anything. But it was an all-girl band. You'll know what I'm talking about, and they were actually pretty damn good, to be fair. Mid 2000s, early 2000s.
It doesn't matter, but carry on.
You'd know who they
There
were.
they are,
And a couple. I remember seeing one of the most cringeworthy things ever. We played this show and we were on the bill. And we played this. We played as the main support or whatever it was. And they played the headline slot, and it was good. They played well. The place was full, and they came off the stage at the end. And one of the dads, I think he was like the manager as well or something.
Oh. What, quote-unquote manager?
Everyone, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know the ins and
Just
outs.
one of
But
them.
he gets on the stage, like people are starting to disperse. He gets on stage, stands in the middle of the stage and starts going, "We want more. We want more." Like this, right?
Oh my fucking
And I'd
God.
started to get me shit off the stage. I was like, my pedalboard and stuff, all my amp all still up there. And I'm like looking at him, I'm going, what's he fucking doing this, lad? He goes, "We want the everyone's turning around like giving him a wanker sign. And I'm like, seriously, man. I was like, come on, dude, gig's over. And he's going, no, they've got another one yet. They've got another one. We want more. We want. And I remember there was a load of our fans in the first couple of rows. My band was called Saving Grace at the time. Turned round to him, they started going, "Saving Grace, saving." And I wanted to crawl up my own arse. It was horrible. And he went in the green room, brought him back out, and made him play another song, right? And the worst thing is they played. There's a list of songs you should never ever cover, Luke, ever. One of them, Smells Like Teen Spirit. They came on and they played Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I just wanted to cry. But yeah, another over-enthusiasm. I was like, and it was a good gig. They played Mint, but it was like, mate, just let it go. Leave the crowd wanting
calm
more.
down a bit.
Leave the crowd wanting more. That's fine.
But people like this exist. There are people out there like this, and what the fuck is wrong with people? Sorry, but come on.
It also translates massively into sport.
Oh, football.
Fuck's sake.
Some of the shit you see at football.
Especially, it's almost sad, man. I've been in teams where like players' dads think they're basically living their dreams through the kids, and it's almost just like it's dead embarrassing. It's shouting and effing and whatever. And
But he's going to be the next Ronaldo or the next Messi, and he's like,
I remember.
He doesn't need play for you, manager. You it's going up to the manager. You need him more than he needs you. All this kind. I've seen it.
I remember being at Cheadle Athletic. I think it was like under 14s or something. I was injured and I wasn't playing, and the ref didn't turn up. My dad said he'd ref the game, the ex semi-pro, and that my dad is. And knows the game inside out. So my dad just volunteered. He was like, well, the game ain't going to go ahead, is it? So I'll ref the game. Mate, 20 minutes. My dad sent himself off, right, as a ref.
What?
Because he told this bloke on the sideline he was going to stick the flag up his fucking arse. And he was just a parent of some kid who was on the pitch who was shit, you know what I mean? And my dad had give an offside or a foul, whatever it was. And this bloke, my dad's, well, I get a lot of my personality traits from my dad, right?
If you've got no filter, I wonder what your dad's like.
So my dad warned him and said, I'll come across there in a minute and I'll shut you up. And 2 minutes later, he opened his gob again. And that was it. My dad went across and attacked him with the flag. And then my dad threw the flag at him and fucked off and got in his car and went home. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Sunday League for you, ladies and gents.
so that's kids Sunday League.
I know.
I was under 14s.
I know. Fucking hell.
Crazy.
That's bizarre.
Crazy world. But no, they're everywhere. These
Over-enthusiastic people.
Parents, particularly.
Yeah, just people, parents,
Even
fans.
the ones in the pub. It's nice when someone says, "I'll get your pint in," but everybody knows one bloke who gets your pint all the time, even though you don't really know him very well. And you walk in, "What are you having, mate? What are you having, Steve-O? What are you having?" I'll have a pint of Carling, mate. Because you never know the name, do you? Never know the name.
You're waiting for someone to say it first.
He'll go, "Oh, you're still playing in the band? You're still golfing? You're still cricketing? Yeah. You're still You still what's it in? You still what? Yeah, I'm still at JCB. Yeah, Yeah, that's what I was going to say, mate. Yeah. You just have to fish around, like, as if you know this person. You haven't got a flying fucking clue who they actually are.
But you're getting a free pint after
Your
it.
mum all right? Your mum and dad all right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they sound, yeah. Your dog all right? No idea who you are.
On the flip side of that, like
Dave. I just always call him Dave. Dave.
people who can't help but tell you the life story.
Fuck's sake.
You mean like we're doing right now?
Basically.
Yeah, but like it happened. I think it was like before Christmas or something like that. And I was down the train lines with my dog, me and my fiance. We were walking our dog, and
Shout out, Sarah.
yeah, Sarah, hello. And and my dad was there as well. And he was walking his dog. We walked
Shout
together.
out, Chris.
Yeah. And there was this dude, like this other bloke coming the other way, and it turns out that this guy knew my dad from used to play football together about 20 years ago or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, hey mate, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, wow, I've just had an operation on my knee." That's the start of it.
I just wanted. I'm alright, mate.
Yeah, I've just had this, and then it was like, he's constantly like, and then I tell you, yeah, do you still see this person? And I was like, "Oh, do you remember when he did this?" And then literally just this whole conversation, just him just constantly like fucking talking for about 10 minutes. We're just there,
My
like,
God.
just walking, like, all we don't want to say was all like, "Oh, hey mate, how you doing?" Yeah, so
My wife's left me. I'm getting divorced.
Yeah, it was like that.
She's took the kids. My goldfish died the other day.
Yeah.
Poor flounder.
When you have conversations like that, you have to consciously stop yourself looking at your wrist.
Yeah.
Like that, even if you don't wear a watch,
Have you ever had conversations with those people and you've done the slow shuffle away, just like, yeah, right, okay, yeah, see you later, mate, yeah. Right, okay, bye.
Have you ever done the phantom ring as well? Like, someone's ringing me. Hang on.
Just the excuses you have to come out with. I'm going off shoot. I'm going off shoot. I've got go for shit. You know what I mean? Anything at all.
Adult shit, you know.
But yeah.
I've got to go and feed goldfish.
It kills me. I wanted another topic I wanted to touch on.
Go on.
I was in the garden the other day, right?
Story time.
Couple of weeks ago, actually, in the garden. And my missus was putting weed killer down on the weeds, right?
Okay.
So the next day I got up and I went to have a look at these weeds. The weeds, no. I thought, well, maybe it takes like 48 hours for it to kick in, so I'll give it a couple of days.
I'm on edge of my seat here, Steve.
It's no big thing. I'll give it a couple of days. I went outside and literally it was like the weeds were just fucking sticking the fingers up at me, mate. Nothing.
We'll do
nothing
what
at
we
all.
want.
And I says to my lady, have you put that weed killer? She says, yeah, I've used like an entire bottle, right? And it got me thinking about shit that you buy new that fucking it's like the opposite of Ron Seal wood stain. It doesn't do exactly what it says on the tin. It doesn't do anything like what it says on the fucking tin at all.
Ron Seal, if you're listening, we will be open to sponsors.
Good on you, Ron Seal. But yeah, weed killer that you buy from like B&Q or a garden centre, it doesn't fucking work.
No.
I swear down, it's just some bloke with his wellies on, tipping water out of a can.
Some mugs all have this.
And twisting the top, or someone will buy this shit.
Like Peckham Spring or something. Off
Yeah, that's it. It just doesn't fucking work at all. Any stuff like that.
It's like homemade perfume, innit? All it is rose petals.
Well, there you go.
And water.
Another one that gets me, right? You buy a brand new car, right? Brand new car. Technology today, right? Buy a brand new car, right? After 80,000 miles, it's fucked. It's fucked, right? Build a fucking car that lasts. Build me a car that I don't have to fucking get rid of, right? Just a car that fucking carries on bastard working. 900 quid I've spent on my car and my missus' car this week.
So me and you can wait outside Luke while he rants. So.
900 fucking quid. It's like, just fucking build stuff that work. Phones. Phones. I'm convinced they build phones to purposely break after a certain amount of time.
Well, Apple did that though, didn't they?
They got done for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
For slowing down phones.
Deliberately.
So every time they do a software update, it slows your battery down.
Absolute bastards.
Yeah.
Bastards.
So then you have to buy a new phone. That's how they get you.
And you got done for it.
Good.
Yeah.
Can we do the weed killer people as well?
Android all the way.
No, it really gets my goat. I always end up having a strop about it.
You?
Yeah. No, I do because
No.
I always think to myself, if you buy something, right? I'll give you another example, right? When I first built this studio here that we're in now, I bought the computer that runs the studio from a company called Carillon. Remember Carillon, Luke?
Yeah.
Then they built purpose-built music PCs for audio editing.
Carillon
audio
Camping
production.
were my favourite.
Carillon, right? I bought the first one, and we got it in there. I was still working up there at the time, and we got it in the PA room. We set it up, turned it on, and it went. I was like, "What the f was that?" And remember Sean?
Yeah.
Remember Sean Barker? Sean opened the back up, and the fan in it had disintegrated. Brand new.
What, from brand new?
Brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new. This is a $3.5 grand PC.
Where's it come from? Malaysia?
Brand new. I haven't finished the story.
Oh,
like,
right,
yet,
sorry.
Liam, right?
Sorry.
Brand fucking new.
I know, sorry.
So there was
Reel me in.
there was bits of plastic fan embedded in the motherboard, and that it was fucked, right? So we sent it away. I'd wait like another 2 weeks for another one come. Got that back. Got that home. Got that here. Turned it on. It was on for maybe 10 minutes, and then gone. Nothing. Couldn't get any power. Anyway, I had to send that back, and the power unit was broke on that. Inside the actual casing, broken. They sent me another one. I had that for about 2 weeks, and you remember Chris Malnick?
I do.
Chrissy Malnick. We all love Chris. Hi, Chris, if you're listening. Chrissy's band came to record here. I can't remember what they were called. Was it Seven Sphere or something like that?
Don't know.
They were pretty good. They had a brilliant singer. He sounded like Chris Cornell. Quality guys. They came to record. We tracked the drums on the first day. I think they had like 3 or 4 days. Tracked the drums on the first day. I was sitting here just doing a bit of editing, getting ready to do the bass. And I was like, what's that smell? What's that smell? And then computer goes off. Gone. Just gone. Completely gone. And I hadn't even had to, because we'd only done the drums, so I hadn't had time back it up to another hard drive or anything. So I had to cancel the session, take it back again, and basically the entire motherboard had just melted. This is the third one, right?
Shit,
the third one. So I ended up having 4 of those from brand new in a month, 4 of them. And I just sat and I was like, build stuff that works. Just build stuff that fucking works.
Yeah.
Fucking drives me fucking mad.
Anger management. Is that why we've got anger management? Is that from that thing?
It's where it all comes from, mate. It's where it all comes. It is. The studio name is actually from a song. I did write a song called Anger Management back in this is probably about 2003, 2, something like that. And I wrote a song called Anger Management. I never actually ended up playing it much. We played it a little bit in Saving Grace, but I always thought it was an apt name for a studio because people come to let their emotions out when they're making music, don't they?
Well,
That's the whole point.
There'll be people looking for this podcast now that are suffering with anger and stress.
I was just about to say this.
And they'll come up and be like, "Oh, the anger management podcast, that'll help." They'll get in bed, put their headphones on, relax,
and listen to me ranting about weed killer.
Three angry blokes from like Stoke/Yorkshire, just like
basically.
I'm just going to put this out there. Next week, we are a very bloke-orientated podcast so far, but next week we have got my dear friend Fiona Barker, formerly Fiona Fogarty, on the show.
Interesting.
She is a lady with a name like Fiona, and she's one of the most she's one of the most interesting people I've ever met. She's a singer, amazing tattoos. She's a laugh, and she'll put us in a place.
That's what we like.
She's got a wicked tongue. She will put us in our place. Anyway, we were gonna stay on the Luke's music theme, and we were gonna play another song by Death of Me, which is Luke's other band. The song is called, I will have to look it up, I can't remember.
It was only 2, so you played one last week, so I'm assuming it's going to be
Love in the Loathe.
Love in the Loathe.
Love in the Loathe, that's what it's called. Again, this is available to stream, Spotify, Apple,
all the rest,
YouTube, all the rest of it.
all the rest.
Death of Me. The song is called Love in the Loathe. This is Luke Gordon and his other band. Let's check it out, lads. That was Death of Me. Luke Gordon's other band.
The band I'm cheating on you with.
Yeah.
Two-time bastard.
Divorcing you, mate.
Jerry. I told you it's like Jerry McCall this episode, I'm telling you.
I said this last week. Red jumpsuit apparatus for me. That's what it reminds me of. Jim's vocals very much. He's got quite a high-pitched voice, but quite a heavy sound. So I think, Liam, you'd said Linkin Park.
Yeah, like
Linkin
old Linkin Park.
But again, local music. There's so much great local and signed music out there. I haven't listened to chart music in a long time.
Oh mate, you're not missing much.
No, I know.
No, same.
I know, it's crap. I'd much rather listen to unsigned stuff. There's so many good bands.
Or George Michael.
Liam played the worst song that I have ever heard on the radio.
It were a
night.
New Order cover, weren't it? And it were fucking shocking.
Well, what's the original? What's the song called? Can't remember.
Blind Faith.
Blind Faith, yeah. So the original's absolutely mint, and this was a weird auto-tune George Michael
cover
version of it. I don't even know where you got it from. It was tossed, Liam.
It was on the server from the radio, and I will make sure it never sees the light of day ever again.
I was embarrassed to be on the show with you when you played that.
Sorry, mate. I had to sit in corner and think about what I'd done.
Liam was actually on time for his show just last night. Yeah, he was. Yeah. But then we realised we were locked out of the studio, so we ended up being 5 minutes late anyway.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Liam, terrible.
No. It wasn't my fault this week, though, at least.
Well,
debatable.
Liam's got another topic. This is a rollover from last week. We wanted to discuss this on last week's episode, but we ran over time. Unnecessary sharing, Liam. Tell the listeners what you mean by unnecessary sharing.
It's like, obviously, like we were talking about fat jokes and stuff like that. We get it, you're fat. But like with unnecessary sharing, we get it. You're in a relationship. Do you have to put every photo?
That kind of sharing.
Me and the hubby are going for a walk at the Lake District. Here, here's some boots my granddad got me for Christmas. Or my favourite is Instagram for food.
Oh, food pics.
Oh, what? You've gone to fucking Burger King. What are you doing?
It kills me because I've cooked this spaghetti bolognese and I'm like, I know what spaghetti bolognese looks like. Yeah, you don't need to show me.
I don't need to see it, but
don't need to see it, mate. It's fine.
It just fucks me off. So
I don't even need to know that you've enjoyed it, or not enjoyed it. No one cares.
No.
It's a plate of food.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually deletes all food pics.
There you go.
No, self-confessed.
I don't know. I always feel like, for me on social media, I barely post anything.
You never post anything.
I know. I'm genuinely interested in what's going on in other people's lives.
He is quite a chilled out dude.
Yeah,
I get that.
I just feel like no one really gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like who cares what I'm really up to? Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm kind of interested in your life, but why would you be interested in nothing's really going on.
Except he's been on the anger management podcast.
The
biggest podcast in the world.
I've been sharing that. That's all I share. That's all I share on my Facebook.
I've got one unnecessary sharing.
Go on.
People who run.
Yes.
Done 5k today. Don't fucking care!
Shit the bed, I've just gone deaf. Fuck me, I did.
Gives a bit of warning next time.
Can we have a trigger warning?
I've lost £3. I've done 5k a day for the last week. We don't give a fuck, Sharon. Honestly, we don't fucking care. If you're losing some weight, that's good. If you're running, that's also good, right?
Let me just delete this post on Twitter. And I wish I was joking.
Have you made a running post, Liam?
Yeah.
No.
Last Sunday.
Oh,
because
dear.
obviously, like I've started this.
I'm hanging off, mate. You sit in the corner
Not again. No, I'm sat in one now.
Terrible.
Obviously, I started this fitness regime Monday, and Sunday I thought I'll go for a jog just to see how bad it is. And
what have you lost?
£5.
All in your pocket, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I dropped my wallet, so that's where it had gone. No, I just lost £5, and I started Monday. And I went for a jog for my own. And it was to like, oh, look at me, I've ran 2 miles.
Being told about it in person, that's an interesting conversation. You sticking a fucking map up of the route that you've taken to the end of your drive and back again, right? That's shit.
I'm on the roids.
No.
Gary on the roids. I've done 5k today.
So did you genuinely do like a proper run, or did you literally like hide behind the edge, have a crafty backer, and then tip a bucket of water over your head, come back in and go, bit knackered after that, babe. Get cat one.
No, I did genuinely. I went for a jog.
Oh, Liam, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you losing weight.
Take your clothes
It's
off.
so cold outside as well. Let me run you a nice hot bath.
I wish.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
you did that. No way.
I'm going to ring her and tell her you've gone in.
I went for a jog on Sunday. Just
You
to
got a taxi to mine and sat on his arse. That's what you did.
Oh, you've spoilt it now. You've told everyone. Just to see how bad I am. And I ran 2 miles in like 25 minutes just for me. And then obviously I'm going to go for a jog again on Sunday after doing this exercise for a week and see if I'm any better. If not, I want my money back from this personal trainer, I swear to God. But it's for me.
In all seriousness, no, it's great that people run and people look after themselves and try and get a bit of fitness. I absolutely am. We're not mocking that. I used to run myself all the time. I can't now. Obviously, my back has crumbled.
A lot of this podcast is in jest.
Supposed to have 2 plates put in my spine, and that hasn't happened yet.
For anyone who hasn't noticed, after 4 episodes, a lot of this podcast is just.
This is what
Please don't take this 100%.
I had to say to somebody. I had to say to somebody
literally.
the other day. It's a lot of the things that we laugh and we take the piss out of. We're guilty of doing ourselves. I mean, I was thinking about. I think it was the first episode we talked about shit cars. And I've had more shit cars than anyone I've ever met, like rubbish cars. But to those listeners who might possibly get offended, we don't care.
No.
Hope you are offended.
It's all just a laugh. Don't take it so personally.
Another one for me.
bit.
Another one for me, boys. Right, the just me and my kids from now on posts.
Don't get me started.
Just me and my kids from now on. He's a bastard. Just
them that put on social media. Oh, I'm so pissed off. I'm so annoyed. And then someone will comment, "You okay, hon?"
You okay, hon?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
Message me.
When I see them ones, I always put no one cares.
This is why I never post on anything.
People hate me.
If I posted something along those lines, I know for a fact that 2 seconds later.
I'd be on you.
Stevenson commented on your.
Well, you
like,
did. What did I put a shit joke on, and you were like, "Oh, you just need friends." To the pub, and I was like, a man had completed his life goal of visiting every pub in Australia, and you were like, "Oh, you just need mates to go to the pub with now." I was like, "Oh yeah, cheers, Andy."
It's all right,
cheers, mate.
It's all right. It's all about the banter, boys.
That's it.
It's all about the banter.
Aboard the banter train.
But no, it's very much it's very much that unnecessary sharing of knowledge that nobody actually cares about. That's what bugs me. Like, say if it's in person and someone comes to me and says, "Yeah, I've been running," or "I had a really nice meal last night." You know what I mean? I had a lovely spaghetti bolognese last night. Oh, where did you go?
It's a conversational piece.
Don't want you regurgitate it on the floor so I can have a look at it.
If you went out for a fancy meal with your wife or anything like that as an anniversary or whatever, like, you're not going to go out for a lovely steak that you've spent 70, 80 quid on, get back in your car, get on your phone and be like, "1 minute, love, I've just got to put this on Instagram."
There's some folk who'll be interested in this lasagna.
Me and my 6 friends, yeah.
But slightly back to music again. Going to a gig, hands in the air, he would take a photo, filming it, and all he hears.
Distortion Central.
Yeah,
it's me. That is. Yeah, thanks.
That's a great,
And all you hear is,
going further with that one, Luke, I haven't really got any videos of being at a gig because I've always thought the whole point of going as a gig is to experience that moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you see thousands and thousands of them with like this, and I just think, watch the fucking gig.
Yeah.
If you won't watch it on tally, watch it on the fucking tally.
why do people do this as well?
No,
Stand there with a phone with a torch on.
Yeah, if you can't, yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Get in the sea."
Yeah.
Get in the sea.
I'm surprised you said
There
that
used to be a Facebook group called Get in the Sea. I loved it. Anyway, I wanted to move on to one of my topics. I was watching The In-Betweeners the other day, which made me think about this. And there was a couple of the guys at cricket. I heard somebody say something along these lines. And in The In-Betweeners, it's the labelling of a lady's private parts as clunge.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Luke's just died from embarrassment.
And it got me thinking about all the different names that we've come up with in society for genitalia.
tuppence.
Tuppence, exactly, which is where the great phrase tuppage comes from.
Exactly.
Of course. Well, it does in my mind.
The greatest mystery solved.
But I just think there's clunge is brilliant. I mean, clunge is brilliant. But that's not one that we ever used till the in-betweeners
Yeah, but you're not in bed
out.
with your wife. Oh, God, I don't mean to paint a picture for anyone listening right now, but you're not in bed with your wife and she's like, oh, I want you to lick me clunge.
Tickle me clunge.
This is the part where all women just
Turn off.
Turn off instantly.
Yeah, both like sexually and listening to this.
This is why the one-star reviews start coming in.
You ladies know that you're just as disgusting as we are. You just hide it better.
Basically,
That's all it is.
And you're not sprouting on a podcast like we're doing
I got a friend called Benjamin, right? Benjamin Harvey. And he was known throughout our teenage years as Minge.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
My missus won't call it anything else except minge.
Minge.
Really?
Minge, that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's weird how Fanny in England
Yeah.
is the front side,
We need to grow up.
but in America it's the back side?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
I don't even fucking know. Can I stick it in your Why do you want to stick it in my fanny? In my ass? Oh my God. Get away from me.
That's scary, that accent is.
I don't even know. It can't be as bad as Churchill, though,
Yeah,
can
at least
it?
at least it's not a German Churchill.
No, we'll not go there.
Yeah, we'll leave that one for
thank
another
God. Cheers, Andy.
Yeah.
My personal favourite for blokes has always been something that encapsulates the entire area, which is I've just had a football in the Odes.
The Odes.
The
What the
Odes.
fuck?
Right in me Odes.
That
Which-
sounds a bit cheadle.
It is
I
very, very,
know.
very cheadle. It sort of goes hand in hand with old chap.
Yeah.
My old chap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you called it last week.
So I was.
I did actually
Yeah.
call it my old chap. What
Yeah.
were we talking about penises
When you
last
felt
week
you
as
were
well?
half asleep and you pissed yourself.
Oh,
Embarrassing.
yeah. That embarrassing story.
I'll not
Yeah,
spoil it if you haven't listened
We'll
to it
tell that
already.
one again, shall we, Liam?
Oh God, no. Definitely not mine.
Yeah, I was trying to like. I just
Sorry.
no, forget it. I ended up calling. Don't ask me why this is what, but we had a conversation with my nan, right? And I called.
Oh my lord!
Oh,
Hang
God.
on, where's this going?
Let me get
Oh,
settled.
dear.
Context.
Let me get settled.
So I just said like, because I've been playing football on Sunday mornings,
Yeah.
right? And I've been wearing these because I've got a bit fat over lockdown,
As we all have. As we all have.
right?
Lockdown pudge.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
ended up like getting massive chafe right in between my legs, like full on chub rub, right? So I ended up buying these like
Fit.
I ended up buying these cycling shorts, right? And the problem is,
Sorry.
the problem is,
I'm just trying to formulate how we're gonna get from
yeah, I know. I'll get to it.
chafe and cycling shorts to
To your
saying
nan-
something to your nanny.
Right.
This
So
is
let
going to
me-
be
let me-
terrible.
this is gonna be
Sorry, come
terrible.
on,
So
come
let's get.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
So for those like looking at the camera, hello. It was literally because I'm wearing these cycling shorts, and we were talking. And I didn't know whether or not to wear pants underneath it. We can go.
Underneath your cycling shorts?
Yeah.
No.
Do you
No.
or not? I
No,
don't
no.
know, but apparently a
I
lot of
do.
people say
And
yeah.
it's because normal boxer shorts are made of cotton, which absorbs moisture and
Yeah,
will
yeah.
give you chafe.
Yeah,
The cycling
Ah.
shorts are made out of the special nylon, whatever material it is. I don't know, but it keeps you dry. That's
Carry
the
on.
point.
So anyway, so we were having this
No
conversation.
boxes.
So this is a conversation where I was round.
This is the conversation
This is
you're
the
having with your
conversation.
nan.
Yeah. So we were around.
As you do.
We were around for Sunday night tea, and we were just having a debate. I was like, I can't remember how it got, but we were basically talking about these cycles. I was like, yeah, I've just bought these. We were having a debate whether or not we should wear pants or not. And basically, I just said in the end, yeah, but after I finished playing, like, and I tried to think of like the most decorum way of saying cock. I was like, my member was like a press stud. I was just trying to think of the most like.
What did your nan say?
Yeah, it was just this kind of reaction.
I was like,
I've gone red.
Call it a
Fucking hell.
dick. Call it a dick, Luke.
Remember.
Member was like a press
Member.
stud, and she was there. That was it.
Were
Like,
your mum and dad there as well?
Yeah.
I bet,
Oh,
I bet your
no.
dad was dying. Member. Oh, dear me. Oh, senior member.
Get out your member.
Oh, I think that wins.
So my nana is doesn't like swearing. Even like crap is just like a no. So it's like, I'm trying to think of the most kind of sensitive way. That's the first thing that came. That was the first thing that came in my head. Member. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I call it now.
That's going to be in pornos by end of month, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, get your member out. I want to put your member in my mouth.
Luke's an exclusive member.
Oh dear.
Oh, I think that wins.
Yeah, I do.
I think that wins. Planet Podcast has been won by Luke's member story.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to beat that one.
I had dick, cock, Percy, piece of pork, wife's best friend.
Piece of pork.
Play another song, Stephen.
We can't beat that
While
one.
we recover.
We're going to another.
I'm sweating like
We're going to another song. We played a song. By my friend Chris Malin a couple of weeks ago.
I'm still laughing.
His band's called Electric Virgo.
Is he a member?
I'm sure he's got a member.
Sorry, I need to grow up. Sorry.
Oh, I never grow up.
I've gone dizzy.
Chris has sent me another song. It's called Imagination. It's by his band Electric Virgo. I have listened to this. It's another cracking tune. Stop laughing, Liam. Try and do a link here.
I'm trying to be professional.
Be professional.
Sorry, I'll pretend I'm on radio.
It's global, this podcast is, remember.
Sorry.
There's senior members listening to this.
I'm going home.
This is Electric Virgo with the song Imagination. You can find it YouTube,
Stop looking.
Spotify, all the usual places. Electric Virgo, Imagination. Let's have a listen, lads. Stop cracking up.
Love that. That's great.
The song Imagination, that's from my friend Chris Malin. It's his band. Chris is the bass player in that band.
Great synth.
Yeah, very good.
I complimented him on his bass, the first song that we heard from them, but the synth in that was hands down for me.
Yeah, I can't help but think of a cool modern Madonna every time I hear her sing.
Yeah, I was kind of getting a bit of an Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
But it's cool. That's Chris Malin, my friend. His band are called Electric Virgo. The song's Imagination. You can find them on social media and YouTube.
The blurb.
Give them the blurb, Liam. Give them the blurb. You know how it is. You're listening to the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
Me, Big LG, Luke Gordon.
Yes. So, a couple more topics I wanted to get going with, lads. Liam, you mentioned political signposts. I got a couple of photos off you the other day.
Yes. Do people in Staffordshire do this, or is it just my lovely home city in Sheffield?
Does it happen north of the wall? Or?
It does happen beyond the wall, yeah. Like in Sheffield, where I'm working still, there's just people that have signs outside their house. Vote Green Party. Vote Lib Dems winning here. Who gives a shit?
So people putting the political the political leaning out on a billboard in the garden, basically.
Yeah. Like there was a house that I was parked outside today, and it was massive. It was like something out Downton Abbey. It was gorgeous, but they had this massive tree outside, and it had two Liberal Democrats winning here signs like nailed into the tree, and I was just like, why? Why would you do that? What are you doing? What? It's like force feeding your political views.
It's strange to put anything like that up in your garden, to be perfectly honest.
Do you remember,
unless it's like a for sale sign, I'm a bit dubious.
Yeah. So I can remember like back when I was a kid or whatever, and I used to go to mum and dad. Who'd you vote for then? And we're like, we're not telling you. It's private. It's private.
What, your own mum and dad?
Yeah, mum and dad. You're not supposed to tell people you voted for. Like I was like, okay. Like no, like everyone wants to fucking tell you who to vote for. Can't get enough of telling you who you should vote for. Sorry, they vote for. You should.
It's so people can take the moral high ground, mate. Yeah. That's where it is.
Oh dear.
That's what it comes down to, because people are so convinced that they're right about everything all the time that they want to own that moral high ground and look down upon you if you don't vote the same.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But if there's anyone listening to this, and wherever you live or
If
wherever
there's
you're
anyone
from,
listening to this,
if, you know,
All the girls turned off when we were talking about
yeah.
all the lads
There's
are
only
still,
blokes left.
they're still pissing themselves about member. Wherever you live and wherever you're from, does this happen where you live? If so, leave us a comment down below on the YouTube video and let us know.
I think it does happen. It happens around here. Definitely, I
seen
see it
one or
all the
two.
I'm
time.
going to say I haven't seen it around here.
When
but
it gets to sort of election time, they pop up all over the place.
I'm
But
voting
I mean,
Conservatives.
whoever
Who
I was
cares?
voting for, I couldn't be arsed go put a sign up in the garden.
No.
Why?
No.
Yeah, why?
You know.
The
It's
screams
enough-
midlife
it's enough-
crisis.
It's enough effort to actually make it to the
Yeah.
polling station.
It-
Never mind
It
that.
is a
Yeah.
bit of a
Can't be
midlife crisis
arsed.
thing.
It
What
is.
do you do today, mate? Well, I was 45, so I bought a sports car
Oh, nice.
and put up a political sign in my
Yeah.
garden.
You bought a Porsche Boxster because that's the ultimate midlife
Indeed.
crisis car, by the way. Porsche Boxster. If you're having a midlife crisis, that's
Get
the
a
car for you.
Get a Porsche box.
That's the one for you, mate.
Spent more time putting sign up than he did in sports car.
But no, it's a very strange premise, really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really care of which political party I was a member.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
that come in my head before
Oh,
I said
God.
it. I'm
trying
I
to
still wouldn't
behave.
put a sign up.
No,
No.
I still
It's
wouldn't
not
think.
really anyone's business who I really vote for. That's the idea of a secret poll.
Yeah, exactly.
if it was-
It's not very secret if you shout it from the rafters,
No.
is it?
That's kind of the point.
I
It's a bit
voted
like-
Labour. Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
just
Did you vote for Labour?
I didn't
Liam?
vote.
Did you vote? You voted for
I did.
Labour. I know you did, and I actually, to my eternal shame, voted for the Conservatives for the first time ever. I've never voted Labour or Conservatives in my life, and I did this time.
Are you paying for Boris Johnson's wallpaper?
Oh God, Boris Johnson's wallpaper. I read about that the other day. Like
Oh,
anyone
dear.
cares. It's mad. But yeah, I think if I had my time again, I would probably wipe my bum crack with the ballot paper.
Yeah, I know people who just wrote, you
Think-
bunch of useless wankers.
I just think that,
Just put it on.
we're not really a political podcast, but just putting it out there to you guys. We've mentioned this before at band practice, Luke, me, you, and Gaz. We the three of us are quite centrist in our views.
I would say I'm
Luke's
pretty much
probably
slightly left, but I
yeah,
am
and I'd
still-
say me and Gaz are probably slightly right. But we meet in them. We agree on most things, I think.
Yeah.
And something that we've touched upon is, it seems like the door is wide open for a political party who are a centrist party. And there doesn't seem to be anybody out there at the moment in UK politics. I've always said, if I formed a political party, it'd be called the Common Sense Party, right? And I'd base every decision on, right, well, does that make sense, does it? Oh, well, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
That's it. That's dead
done,
simple.
finished.
Dead simple.
But these people have got fancy degrees and all this qualifications and education, and it's like you've just baffled.
I just feel that the political class have no idea how the rest of us actually have to live our lives.
How the real
don't-
world operates.
Whether you're a Conservative voter, a Labour voter, a Lib Dem, a Green,
Or a monster raving loony
you
party.
like Nigel Farage, whatever it is, wherever you sit on the political spectrum, most of us are pretty normal, bog standard people,
Yeah.
right? And I believe that the political classes, whoever they are, whoever they represent, be it Conservatives, Labour, or anyone in between, they haven't got a fucking clue how normal people live. They've never sat there ever and gone, right, I've got enough money, either put the fire on or buy some tea. I can't do both,
Yeah.
right? I've got to make that I can either be cold or hungry tonight.
Yeah, either
And
freeze to
none
death
of
or
them-
starve.
None of them. And it baffles me. It baffles me that we haven't got a situation where the people in politics, the people in power, are actually normal people, proper
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's career politics, isn't it? It's going into-
Exactly, Luke. And
for a
I just
job.
don't think it works. I don't think
point.
it works.
rather than
at
to
all.
kind of actually represent people and try and elevate the people around you.
That's
It's
it.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to do for a job.
Well, that's what they'll say. Oh, it's a vote by the people for the people, and it's like no.
I'm sure there probably. I don't know however many MPs there are. I'm sure
Yeah.
there must be one or two who all would come from poorer backgrounds and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
of
I'm
course.
sure there are. To go all MPs are a bunch of knobheads.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but the majority.
I think a lot of them don't understand the reality of daily life for normal people. They just don't.
Front benchers, especially.
Yeah,
I would say like your front are probably just on a different because they are career.
Yeah.
They've been in the system for so long that they're used to it. And
Yeah.
that's how I kind of feel.
I
agree.
I agree. The other big problem that I see in politics is it's so London centric.
Yeah.
Everything is based around what's doing best in London.
Yep.
And I'm not being funny, right? But doing what's best in central London probably isn't going to be what's best for where I live in a village with 100 houses, right? It's just not, doesn't make any sense. And I feel that, I mean, you only have to look at the restrictions that have been placed with COVID that's been going on, right? And I'm not going to get into COVID. I can't be bothered to talk about that. I just want to say that if you're living in the middle of a city, right, surrounded by thousands or millions of people in a big city, how is that comparable? And why are we living under the same restrictions if you live in the Peak District and the next nearest house is 5 miles away from you?
Yeah.
How does that in any way make any sense? And bringing it to a broader spectrum in politics, how does that make sense? Something that applies in central London, how does that apply to a small holding in the Peak District?
Yeah.
It's mad. It's madness. And I just think there's a gap. I think there's a need for a political party who base their ideas on common sense.
Yeah,
Simple
you
as
can't
that.
compare the two,
Common
though.
sense.
Like you say, someone living in middle of nowhere or like a busy city like London, and there's high cases in London, so therefore we're going to lock down the entire country. Well, no, hang on.
Yeah.
Why not just lock down where there's been high cases?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I wanted to discuss another thing that links into that a little bit. We sit here, we complain, we moan, we whinge. No one more than me, right? I lose my rag over things that, like weedkiller, for example, right?
Which we witnessed firsthand.
My wife this morning decided she was going to stamp her feet a little bit about this huge global issue, right? And it was that when she went to butter her toast, my son, who's 9, had got jam in the butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she were proper pissed about it, right? Jam in the butter. And I says, well, he's 9, you know what I mean? This is what... Yeah, but there's jam, try and put it on. And it got me thinking, all the problems we have, all this shit we moan about, are first world problems. They're complete and utter first world problems all the time.
Yeah.
Everything we discuss on this podcast, everything me and you moan about on the radio, everything we moan about at band practice.
Yeah,
pretty
and
much.
Sometimes you've got to take a step back and go, you know what? We don't realise how fucking lucky we are.
No.
When the worst thing that's happened to me today is there's fucking jam in me butter, right? You know you've got it all right, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at us doing this right now. I mean, there'll probably be people that will never get to do something like this, what we're doing right now in a studio with professional equipment and 3 professionals in a room.
three absolute members.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I completely see what you're saying. But for me, God, mine's trivial as well. If I had go on about it, was people that get coffee in the sugar.
Coffee in the sugar.
That's bad. Getting breadcrumbs in the butter as well. So like when you've toasted bread,
You've started something now, Andy.
You
started
pick the
it.
butter up and it's just full of like just
It's all
excess
breakfast
bits
related.
Bits of crumbs. And
I've got one for you. That really hacks me off, and I have to consciously stop myself getting wound up because it's the most first world problem you could ever have. Start watching a series on tally, yeah. Oh, well, carry on watching that. Watch a few more. Oh, it's mint, that is. And you get to like episode 7, bang, tune in next week. Right? And I grew up where you had to wait each week, but I've got so used to being able to watch a series and put it on and go, I like that. boom, watched it all.
My girlfriend does exactly
And when I have
that.
to wait now, it pisses me off so much.
My girlfriend does that. She can't
What
sit
a
and watch.
first world problem
She
that is.
can't sit and watch an episode week after week after week. She has to wait for them all to come out. It
Yeah.
might take 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And she wants to
Behind
binge
the
them all.
curve and then just
It's
do them
like
all in an
one that
afternoon.
we're watching now is The Handmaid's Tale, and like we've binged all them, and they've just brought out a new series, and there's only 3 episodes, and then it starts coming out weekly. And she's like, I can't wait. I want to, But she enjoys it that much. She's like, do I wait for them all to come out, or do I wait a week to watch? Line of Duty is another one. What a series that is. Oh, my God.
I'm going to start. I'm dead, but I haven't watched it yet. But I know. I had something to do.
Don't
with.
ruin it.
I'm not going to.
Have we all seen The Mandalorian?
I've started watching the second series.
I've just started watching the second series.
Same.
Do you know? See, I won't
No.
say anything.
Yeah, sorry,
Apart
mate.
from, it's the greatest final episode in the history of TV.
I've seen.
Yeah,
the
have you
I've
seen
I
it?
know what happens,
I know
yeah.
what happened.
We won't
I've seen
ruin it for
I've seen
anyone
the
that's
YouTube
listening then.
Thing. I saw it on YouTube what happens. but-
I don't care to admit that I cried whilst watching it. I've been waiting 30 years for that.
I couldn't get away from it on Twitter.
30
it was just
30 years.
everywhere.
30 years of waiting for it, and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen, ever. Oh, I was so happy, so happy. But yeah, it kills me, absolutely kills me when I can't I can't watch the next episode. That's a proper
That is a
first
proper
world
first world problem.
that is,
proper
mate.
first world problem. Another one that really is such a first world problem. When my trainers get dirty, I always want to buy new trainers.
No.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm terrible.
That's when you've got
I'm terrible.
more money than sense.
Yeah, I know. But my trainers get like the white bits get all smagged up, and I don't like it. And I know I can put them in the washing machine and all the rest of it, right? But it really fucking gets on my tits.
You could just buy like trains without white bits on them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
almost all trainers have got white bits except yours.
We like
Luke.
that with your football boots, though. Like at the end of a match, and you've got brand new boots,
Always
and then
clean
you
my
go,
boots, mate,
and then
yeah.
you've got mucky at end, and
Always
you've
clean
got
my
to.
boots. If I had to clean my boots, my dad would have filled me in. On a Sunday afternoon after football, me and my dad would always clean the boots, and my mum telling us off getting mud all in the sink.
Yeah.
And then we'd always put them on top of the airing cupboard, like the hot water tank in the airing cupboard for dry them out, like
Yeah.
upside down.
So,
Oh, wow.
Because
Yeah.
I was a keeper growing up, so it was like when I used to.
So you didn't play football then, like?
Yeah, no, pretty much. Well, you see me play football, mate. You know exactly.
It's true. It's true. He's not a bad player. Luke's not. Well, he was when he was younger.
Yeah, when I was young, I couldn't kick the ball. That was my problem. I was right with me. It's like most
That's
things.
a bit of a stumper for football, that is, mate.
Yeah, I was right with
It's
me.
quality at football. I just couldn't kick the ball.
Couldn't kick the ball. I used to have to get all people to take the goal kicks for me. Is that? was
Oh,
pretty
you weren't
pathetic.
one of them, were
Yeah,
you?
I was pretty
Oh,
pathetic at
dear.
football. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, yeah. Because I used to just be caked in mud, and
Yeah.
I just get moaned at massively by my mum because I had to get back in the car at the end, and like my dad would be like, "I've got work tomorrow. I've got clients in this car tomorrow."
Sounds like a you problem, that, Dad.
So yeah, but yeah.
I wanted to before we listen to our final song, just wanted to touch. Very briefly, I touched on a friend of mine with a great nickname. Great nicknames
Oh, God.
are something that I love. Liam, you're not as much of a fan of nicknames, are you?
Well, my surname's Simcox, and so look into that what you will.
Sim member.
Yeah, Sim Dick or Sim Member. Yeah, that's a new one. Never had that one before. But yeah, my surname's Simcox, so read into that what you will.
I used to love coming up with nicknames for people. I've come up with a few good ones over the years. But I've had a couple of good ones levelled at me as well. When I was so some of my mates who listen to this podcast will be able to verify this one. When we were at high school, we were football mad, all of us. And I was part of the football team. We were actually Midland champions at Paisley. We had a brilliant football team. And when we were on the yard or on the field at dinner time, it's the mid-90s, we used to come up with like names, football names for each other that would sound a bit like players who were playing at the time, but incorporating our names.
Yeah.
So we had some brilliant ones. There was there was a goalkeeper who played for Newcastle called Shaka Hislop.
What?
Shaka Hislop?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
was-
Shaka
it's
Hislop,
still-
the Newcastle keeper. I think he passed away, didn't he?
No, he's not.
Did he not?
No, he's still doing punditry
Oh,
on
is
like
he?
American TV.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah,
good
yeah.
keeper anyway. And
For West Ham.
for
as well.
some reason,
Bloody hell.
my friend Ben, who I just told you we call Minge,
Yeah.
well, we elevated that. He's playing goals, so we elevated that to Shaka Minge Plop.
Oh my God. Shaka Minge Plop.
Shaka Minge Plop, yeah.
God.
We had Benito Crap Harvey. That was actually the same guy, Ben Harvey. Benito Crap Harvey. But my personal favourite was the one they came up with for me. I was a little bit rotund at school. I was small and dumpy, shall we say, right? Pretty much like I am now.
Basically,
Right.
yeah.
So they had 2 nicknames. Well, I had 3 nicknames. Steve-O was the one they used most of the time.
The one that's Stoke.
Because I was always a very good eater and a big Star Wars fan, they used to call me Greedo.
Oh, yeah.
But the best one that they had, I was a big fan of Total Football. Little bit plump.
Oh, God.
Marco Fat Bastard.
Hey.
Oh, dear.
That's what they give me. Marco Fat Bastard. Gits.
Oh.
We had a girl in our class called Alice.
Who the
And
fuck is Alice?
For 5 years, mate. Every single register for 5 years. Kate, sir. Andrew, sir. Alice, who the feep? Every time, about 10 people in the room. That poor girl, she must have hated us.
Bless her.
She must have hated us all. We had another couple of girls who were best friends. I think the names were Katie and Lindsay. They're lovely girls, dead sound, but they spent all the time together, like a proper double act, always together. And we basically called them Laurel and Hardy for 5 years. And
no.
every time they walked in the room, we did the cartoon music. If you remember the animated version, when they walk in, we go every 5 years. They must have just hated us.
We used to, there was a kid, I think he was a year below me or 2 years below me at school, and I'm not kidding, he was the double of Peter Crouch. And every time he walked into the common room, it were Crouchy. Crouch is here, look. Do the robot Crouchy. He hated us. He absolutely hated us.
I got a good friend, James. James Allen's still a close friend of mine. I think James might listen to this. So shout out, James.
Shout out, James.
Or, as he's known throughout the Cheadle area, shout out, Bad Egg.
Bad egg.
Bad Egg.
He's not bald, is he?
No, he's Trump smell.
Oh, my God. Oh, dear.
I got my other mate Simon. He's called Bong. Not for reasons that you might think, right? Nothing to do with drugs.
Not
or
to do with
anything like that.
bifters?
No.
Right, okay.
He's the youngest of 4 boys, and his brothers used to call him Bongo the Bear. And it stuck. We picked up on it as kids, and he's still called Bong to this day.
Is that old now?
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to have one last song. It's going to be Luke again, and another Round in Circles song.
So
Luke chose this
I
one.
did choose this one.
Tell the listeners what it is, Luke.
So, you know when we said we first met 15 years ago. Sounds dead romantic.
When we first met.
When we first met. So my first ever gig ever was a full 42 show. Believe it or not, when I was 15, I think.
With Glyn on drums?
Yeah, with Glyn on drums. And it was me and Jim, who was in Death of Me. And it was the first time I'd ever been to the Sugar Mill. Yeah. And it was like, I was kind of sneaky, because I had told my mum and dad where I was going. It was before they kind of knew that I knew in my mind they would be thinking like, but there's drugs there. You didn't go there, did you? Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't tell them. And we ended up coming to one of your shows, and I was like, you guys played, and you were great. And I was like,
thanks,
I'd love being in that band one day. And now, one of the songs you did was Eggshells, which is what we're going to do. And now I get to play it. Yeah.
Wow.
With Steve-O. So there you go.
There it is.
He's living the dream, basically.
I wrote this song, not about anyone in particularly, I don't think. It was about a fabrication of a lovely lady that was in my head at the time.
Interesting.
But it's a good tune. Check it out. It's called Eggshells by the mighty Round in Circles. Yeah.
All our heads will turn, face like mud, and Walking on eggshells. Dip into my pocket just to carry on. Break down. Walking on landmines. Buried in another woman. Carry on. Break down. Got me elastic. Return to the basket. But I get no respite. She's got me eternally. How does it feel? So my lips went dry to multiply the figures of my lust. Still let's go on and on. Her sparkle eyes have justified the way I feel when in her bed I lie. Still let's go on and on. Brings me to my knees. I understand. She doesn't want me, she wants the band. Walking on eggshells. Dip into my pocket just to carry on. Break down. Walking on landmines. Buried in another woman. Carry on. Break down. She's got me elastic. Return to the basket. But I get no respite. She's got me eternally. How does it feel? I know I'm killing myself. I know I'm killing myself. I know I can't deny the shivers that run down my spine. This is how I go. This is how I go. This is how I go. Walking on eggshells. Dip into my pocket just to carry on. Break down. Walking on landmines. Buried in another woman. Carry on. Walking on eggshells. Dip into my pocket just to carry on. Break down. Walking on landmines. Buried in another woman. Carry on. Break down. She's got me elastic. Return to the basket. But I get no respite. She's got me eternally. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? No, 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 no. How does it feel?
That was Hashinka by Green Day.
that was Howshinka by Green Day, yeah. That was Round in Circles, us, with Eggshells.
Not Liam.
Not Liam.
Not Liam.
Not Liam. So that's one of Luke's favourites, what we do. Coming soon to a gig near you.
Hopefully, man. I
and-
can't wait.
I can't, mate. It's killing me not being able to play. Killing me.
I'll be there.
Thanks, man.
We've got one ticket
Yeah, that's
sale.
it.
If you get me,
Bagsy selling a ticket to Liam.
if you get me a drink.
You'll be able to get a
One
wristband, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Just get
Cheers.
some stubble grown.
Yeah, cheers. How long you got?
So you can check us out on the Anger Management podcast. We have got songs on there, videos to watch, Round in Circles videos. You can catch us on Spotify, on Apple Music, on all the usual places. And we have soon, hopefully, got a new album coming out as soon as we're allowed to go out and gig it.
Nice.
So stay tuned. We'll be previewing you a few more songs on the Anger Management podcast in the coming weeks. So we had a Graham poll last week.
We
Liam.
did. We did.
Our lovely, lovely, much appreciated listeners and viewers have been voting on this this poll.
Yes.
Tell everybody what it was. Refresh our minds,
Yes.
Liam.
The question that we were asking in last week's podcast was, should mobility scooter users, horse riders and other non-everyday vehicle users have to pay insurance? Before I tell you what the answers
I think they should, because I've nearly
Yeah.
hit
It's
a
ju-
horse up
it's
the
just-
arse about 50
Yeah.
times.
I know someone, my next door neighbour, when I used to live at home, my mum and dad's got their car kicked by a horse.
Wow.
Oh,
so
nice.
they're coming up behind it, like followed it, and he literally kicked his foot out, kicked the front of the car in, and then they couldn't claim off it. Like they had to pay
There
a
you
big
go.
excess and all the rest of it. So
Anyway, tell us, what have the general public spoken?
Well,
Liam?
the public have been speaking, and a lot of discussions have took place, and it's a close one this week. It's a close one. 56% say no. Mobility scooters,
Oh.
horse riders, and other non-everyday vehicle users should not have to pay insurance.
Oh, well,
Oh, there you go. We've been pouring a place, haven't we?
that's it. That's it. It's been a close one though. It's
Yeah,
been a
not
close
like
one.
when fart jokes were funny, but we'll not talk
Yeah,
about that.
which
Andy.
I thrashed you with, Liam, with
We'll
that
not
one.
talk about that
But
one.
yeah, we're going to have another poll.
Yes.
The most important thing that we've talked about by far this evening was the names for our penises.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the
I
most
mean,
important thing.
Well,
that
by far and away, surely. So we're going to...
I'm just going to listen to this lovely podcast. Oh, anger management. I'm struggling with this. I've skipped about halfway. Right, what should we call this?
If this doesn't cheer you up, you're beyond hope.
yes.
It's
A new hope.
It's thank you. Liam.
I'll see
It's
ya.
therapeutic, this podcast. So
It's just our soothing vocals.
we've chosen a name each.
Yes.
We
We want you to
our
vote
penis.
what you think is the best name to call your penis.
I'll go. Meodes. It's a cheadle one. It encompasses your balls and your widge. Yeah? All in one package. My missus would probably say package.
oh God.
Package. Say it like that. Package.
Well, you give me that George Michael look, Andy.
Package. So yeah, for me, the lads from my local area all know this one. Meodes. I got
Yeah.
kicked in meodes. Luke.
You have to remember, innit?
It's got to be. It's got to be member.
Let's have some decorum and let's say member.
Member.
I'm
Okay.
thinking
Luke's gone for member.
I might go me old man.
Me old man.
The old
Yeah.
man.
Me
Yeah.
old man.
Not like little Liam or anything
No,
like that.
no. It's definitely little.
It's polite. It's definitely polite.
The old man.
We've gone for 3 that you could probably get away with in front of Luke's nan.
Yeah, basically. Will you have a look at me old man?
What do you
fetched your dad.
Luke's nan's going, what do you mean, me member? And Liam's going, me old man. What do you mean, me old man? Me odes. We get away with them all there.
Me dick, love.
There you go.
So-
What's the most polite way to
Yeah.
describe it?
So there you go, listeners. and
Cast your
viewers.
vote.
Cast your vote.
Cast your vote. We're going to end on a light note, on a
Yes.
positive note, as we always do. It's been quite a music and penis centric podcast this week, with
Full
us,
of
with
members.
us having another musician on as our guest. So,
Wait.
Debatable.
semi-musician, semi-member.
Oh, God. Get members.
It's never going to end. It's never going to end. This is so.
Christ.
I've kept a bit of a theme going throughout the episode so far, where it's been a bit of a if you could, or if you ever, or could you do. So I'm going to ask you guys this time, if you could go to see one artist, band, singer, musician, ever throughout history, alive or dead, who would it be? And if you want to be really specific, which gig would it be?
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
I don't know. I thought it's a toss-up between Queen, which I'd have loved to have gone and seen
that's
Queen
I didn't think of Queen.
in
I'd take some
Live
beating.
Aid,
yeah,
stuff like that. Or
Would
Would you
It was
want-
only about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
wasn't
they
it?
only
Yeah.
played like 5 songs.
yeah, then they got kicked off at main set. But
Would you have preferred to watch Queen
At Wembley or something.
early,
yeah, yeah.
early days,
Yeah, yeah.
or sort of 80s days when they were a bit more of a rock band, or when they become a little bit more
Probably.
80s synth, I suppose, a little bit.
I don't know. Like the kind of. I don't know. I think maybe that
Yeah.
kind of Wembley set.
Yeah,
yeah,
is-
I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guff with Queen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of greatness with Queen. There's
Yeah.
a lot of guff.
I think watching them later in the career probably would have meant that you'd have been watching a greatest hits set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably would have been listening to tune after tune after
Yeah.
tune of greatness for an hour and a half.
I think Freddie Mercury's like stage presence as well, like that
he's
would have just been
fantastic.
legendary, wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
the other one would have been Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, good shout.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're me too. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd go for Queen.
So it's Queen for Liam.
Yep.
Luke,
So I'm down with 2 as well.
down with the trumpets.
Down with the 2. So first one, Nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good shout.
Probably at Reading
Oh.
92. Obviously, I've listened to that live album like a million times. It would have been quite nice to have been there, but I was only 1 at the time. And the other one, maybe Stevie Wonder.
Mm.
It's nice. That's nice. I both fantastic
Yeah,
artists.
true. Stevie Wonder in his prime.
Yeah, for two completely different kind of reasons. Nirvana for just the mentalness, I guess, and I think Stevie Wonder just for the musicianship of it all.
Yeah,
because his band's just unreal, unreal musicians. I think
I would have been
That's
very
good,
happy
yeah.
with either of those two shows.
Yeah.
For me, Luke's stolen my number 2 there, which
Oh.
would have been Nirvana, Reading '92. That would have been my number 2.
consensus. Then that's it. Then that's the
That wins. That wins. For me, I would want to see. I have actually worked for this band on a couple of tours.
Is it Bruno Mars?
No, it's not Bruno Mars.
I quite like Bruno
It's-
Mars. I'm just gonna put it out. I know
It
you do.
is Woodstock 1994.
Ooh,
Green Day in the
Oh.
mud.
Yeah.
That is the gig that I would want to be at. Green Day were my very, very favourite band. I started listening to them in 91 before they were known by anybody. By the time they got to American Idiot, I just thought it had become terrible.
The
But
rock
those-
opera stuff was just a bit
yeah,
too much.
not
wasn't it?
my cup of tea. And everything since then, I just wish they'd packed it in a long time ago. But that 10 years there, up until the Warning album, those albums that released, they were my favourite band and have influenced everything that I've done musically.
I still think that's their best album. I can't remember the name of it. I can
Dookie.
see it might be. It's got Basket
Yeah.
Case
Yeah,
and
Dookie,
Time of Your Life and all that. on.
Strangely enough, that's not my favourite Green Day album.
Oh,
my
it's
favourite,
mine.
favourite's Nimrod.
So
Which,
mine's Insomniac. So,
Insomnia. But
yeah.
they're all great. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
one after the other are fantastic. But I think they were just breaking into being awesome at that point at Woodstock in 1994. They still didn't take themselves too seriously because they became some weird stadium rock band.
Yeah.
And they never age. They don't age. They have plastic surgery on it. It's weird now. It's weird.
It's like Rolling
But
Stones, isn't it?
Back then, they were still a punk, a proper pop punk
Yeah.
band, and I loved it. And all the mud being thrown about, it was just, I just would have loved that so much. And I would have been 13, 14 that summer.
Yeah. A band.
So
that- Sorry, Andy.
I was just going to say, I was just starting to get into going to gigs and stuff at that point, like local gigs and that. I hadn't been to any big shows at that point, but that's the one I think I would want to be at the most, yeah.
There's one that was at front of my mind that no one said, but I'm a bit surprised. What about Oasis? In the prime Oasis.
I was at Main Road. I was there. 1996,
bastard.
I was there.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Paul, we can see my friend Paul on the VHS cover once we released a video, and you can see him in the crowd.
Although to be fair, Luke's not a fan.
I'm
Luke
not,
doesn't
Although
like
to be
Oasis.
fair, Nirvana and Stevie Wonder are top choices. Though to be
Luke's
fair,
not an Oasis person at
Ah,
all.
I see.
not really, man.
When we play covers stuff in the band, he really gets pissed when we have to play like "Don't Look Back in Anger."
It's just because I've played it a million times with like other covers bands. I think
that's fair
that
enough.
kind of puts me off it a bit.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about that next time.
Thanks,
Next time
man.
we covers band.
So there we are. It's a toss up between Queen,
Yep.
Nirvana,
Yeah.
and Green Day.
Yeah.
There you go. If any of you listeners want to tell us your ideal gig or ideal band to watch throughout history, let us know.
Yeah, feel free to get in touch.
There's comment sections. I'm sure Liam will give you the blip before we go.
Yes, you can find us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can watch our lovely mugs on YouTube. We'll wave for you now. Hello, everyone. And so leave us a comment down below. You can comment on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, which just today has had over 100 followers.
We're taking off.
We are,
we're
which
taking off.
I'm proper made up
I
about.
thought we would have been arrested or cancelled or
know.
something by now. Never mind taking off.
I know, we're doing really well right now. So thank you to everyone that's listening right now. And if you want to have your music featured on the show, get in touch with Anger Managed Pod on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook, Anger Management Studios, or just drop a comment down below on the YouTube video that you're watching right now.
Next week, we've got Fiona Barker in the studio with us. Again,
have.
we're not sure whether we'll be here or in the new premises, but
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Yeah,
we
we'll
always
sort
do.
it.
I want to say thanks to Luke.
Yeah,
No,
cheers,
it's
Luke.
been on the
It's
show.
been a pleasure.
Thanks for
lads.
coming on.
I've been Andy Stevenson,
I've been Liam Simcox.
and this has been the Anger Management Podcast. We'll see you
Yes.
next week.
See you
Thanks,
later.
guys.
Cheers,
see you
guys.
Later. Remember,